We are all flawed. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius put it, there is a difference between someone with flaws who tries their best and someone who is constantly malicious. It's a sad fact that some people only want the worst to happen to those around them. These people will hurt you and anyone else they can, sometimes because of traumas in their own lives and sometimes because of personality disorders. Either way, you should learn to stay away from these people. But if you know what to look for, here are 5 signs that you're dealing with someone who isn't helpful to you. This not only helps you see and accept your flaws, but it also changes how you see and understand the people around you. It's not to build a wall of separation, but to gain a better understanding of the world, so you can live a more peaceful and worthwhile life through today's video. So that none of us have to walk in the dark without the light of truth and knowledge, let's take a trip to look at the 5 signs that you're dealing with a bad person through the lens of Stoic philosophy, so that none of us have to walk in darkness without the light of truth and knowledge. Number 1. The urge to control. People are always looking for power and control. Maybe that's just part of being human, the need to be in charge. But looking at things through the lens of Stoic thought gives us a different view. Truly controlling others doesn't come from having power over them. It comes from being able to manage your own feelings and responses to the world around you. Stoic philosophy talks about this inner strength that comes from realizing and accepting that the only thing we can truly control is how we see things and how we respond to them. Everything else, from other people's actions to natural events, is out of our hands. In relationships, control is often hidden as care or love. Someone may think they're doing what's best for the other person when they try to guide or protect them, but Stoicism says that each person can only be the master of their own behavior. This behavior can show up in many ways, such as unwarranted jealousy or demands for unfair changes or limits on personal freedom. It shows that the controller is insecure and afraid, as well as selfish, and lacking a deep knowledge of what love and freedom really mean. Even worse, control only causes pain and hurts others. It creates an unseen wall between people, breaking down trust and connection. Its effects go beyond emotional loss. They also affect self-esteem and personal growth on both sides. Stoic philosophy tells us to understand and accept things as they are. Accept that everyone has the right to freedom and self-mastery, and work on controlling our own thoughts and actions in order to live a freer and more meaningful life. Jack and Julia's relationship started out based on deep trust and love, but over time, Jack started to feel an unnamed fear of losing Julia as he tried to protect her from imagined risks and dangers. Jack slowly became controlling. He spoke out against some of Julia's friends, saying they were bad for her. He was also unhappy with her close friends' choices, saying he only wanted her to be respected. Sadly, these actions weren't based on love, but on fear and a need to be in charge. At first, Julia tried to understand and even change to please Jack, but his control and suspicion grew with each day. Julia felt like she was losing her personal space and freedom, which led to heated arguments with Julia feeling stifled and Jack desperately trying to hold on to what he was most afraid of losing. Over time, the relationship became tense and full of stress. Jack's need to be in charge showed that he was insecure and was also the main reason why Julia and Jack both felt like they were no longer in charge of their own lives. Julia decided it was time to take back her freedom and self-respect. A relationship that had been full of love and hope had turned into a painful lesson in how important it is to trust others and have personal freedom in love. One of the great Stoic philosophers said, "Can you no longer see a road to freedom? It's right in front of you. All you have to do is turn over your wrists." By saying this, he emphasized that we all have the power to choose how to deal with and accept life. Are you trying to control the things you can't change? Are you honoring and accepting the freedom of others? Stoic thought is more than just a way to live. It also helps us remember our inner strength. In the next part, Facing and Overcoming Challenges, we'll talk more about how to use these lessons to find peace and inner strength and become the best versions of ourselves. Number 2, the mask of charm. Imagine, out of all the people and relationships you meet, you accidentally enter a magical land. That's where the first look sets your heart on fire. There's an instant attraction when someone catches your attention with their alluring charm and irresistible allure. This isn't just instant attraction, it's a deep-seated instinct in all of us to connect, to be accepted, and to be loved. But when we look more closely at Stoic philosophy, we see a different picture. A world where autonomy and wisdom are the keys to unlocking truth. Beyond the glittering facade, we see the true nature full of the secrets of those we thought had enchanted us. The mask of allure isn't just an outer shell, it's a way for others to attract and even control us. These people often act like they are caring, attentive, and always willing to help, but sometimes their actions are motivated by selfishness or even malice. According to Stoicism, we should carefully observe and analyze both the outside world and ourselves. When we see someone attractive, Stoicism tells us to ask ourselves if they really care about our well-being, or if their actions are just part of a bigger plan to get what they want. There is a big difference between genuine allure and deceptive allure, and it has to do with the intention and result of the action. Someone who is truly kind and caring won't try to take advantage of their kindness. It's also common for people who use allure to get what they want to only think about themselves. Stoicism stresses how important it is to trust your feelings and look for warning signs. During interactions, the mask of allure will sometimes start to slip, showing the person's true intentions. This means we have to stay alert and not be fooled by empty promises or shiny appearances. Consider the case of Mark, a successful businessman who always seems happy to share his experiences and offer help to his co-workers. However, as time goes on, some of Mark's co-workers start to notice a pattern in his behavior. Mark's help often comes with implicit expectations. For example, he helped a co-worker finish a difficult project only to later hint that they owed him a favor. Another time, he volunteered to lead a new work group only to then use the group's success as a stepping stone for his career. These are not random acts of kindness. They are carefully planned steps towards building a virtual network of indebtedness through which Mark can slowly get what he wants. People around him start to feel uneasy when they realize that his charming appearance could just be a mask that hides the fact that he doesn't want to help people, but rather control and profit from their social relationships. There will always be people with charm, whether they are telling the truth or not. But in Stoic philosophy, we learn the value of self-awareness and independence, which not only protects us from bad influences, but also helps us grow as people and understand them better. Your opinion is important to us. Have you ever met someone who used their charm to get what they wanted? How can we learn to tell the difference between genuine charm and dishonesty, especially in the workplace today? Please share your thoughts and ideas in the area below the video. People who carry darkness within them often show behavior and thoughts that don't fit with the ideas of kindness and empathy. Recognizing these people and protecting yourself from their harmful effects is not only an art, but also a necessary self-defense measure. But how can we accurately recognize these signs? We need to learn how to see and deal with this truth in a calm and steady way. Let's look at a key sign that you're dealing with a bad person and learn how to avoid being fooled. Number 3, the absence of empathy. Think about a situation at work where a cold and uncaring CEO doesn't show empathy for an employee who is having personal problems. After the employee told the CEO that he was taking care of a seriously ill family member, the CEO still wanted him to work extra hours and wouldn't let him take any time off, saying that work always comes first. This shows that the CEO doesn't care about the employee's health or well-being. Instead, he only cares about the job's short-term benefits, ignoring the employee's basic needs and humanity. This lowers the morale of the workers and causes them to lose trust in their boss, which breaks down the relationship between the boss and worker. It's more important than ever to keep a balance between reason and feeling. Stoic philosophy gives us the tools to deal with these problems in a meaningful and successful way. Dealing with people who don't understand us is one of the biggest problems we face in our personal and professional lives. This tests our patience and toughness and makes us think about how we should act and stick to our morals and principles when things get tough. Lack of compassion shows up in many ways, including actions and words. but its real effects are much deeper and last longer. It not only hurts and stresses out the people who are directly affected, but it also makes the workplace less safe and trusting, which leads to less creativity and productivity. This shows that even if you try to ignore or accept a lack of empathy, its effects will stay with you and hurt you in any situation. The most important thing we can control is how we react to it. When you see a lack of empathy, try to look at it objectively and not let your negative feelings get in the way. When you show care and understanding to yourself and others, you'll see that we're all going through our own struggles, and that compassion is the key to getting past division and pain. Sebastian, one of the great Stoic thinkers, once said that how you deal with things is more important than what you deal with. This sentence emphasizes that we have the power and ability to choose how we react in every situation, even when we are going through hard times. This not only helps us get through them, but it also makes us a source of inspiration and strength for those around us. In life, we will inevitably meet people who lack compassion. However, by applying the principles of Stoicism, we can learn to consciously perceive and deal with these situations in a patient and compassionate way. This not only helps us protect and nurture our moral integrity, but it also helps make the world a better place where compassion and mutual understanding are valued and fostered. So the next time you are dealing with someone who lacks compassion, ask yourself how you can actively practice compassion not only toward others, but also toward yourself. In what situations do you find it hardest to stay compassionate? What can help us get through these challenges? We hope this video was helpful to you. If you like this message and want to help us, please like and share the movie with your friends. Together we can make the community stronger and better. Number 4, the web of lies. Has your heart ever swelled up when you saw someone acting badly because they meant to hurt you? They always use lies to get what they want, which is to scare people. They are not because they hurt other people. Their lies turn into sharp weapons, a way to hide the truth and cleverly control and trick other people. Pathological lying is marked by uncontrollable repetition that is often not needed. It is done for a secret reason, usually to gain power or avoid taking responsibility. Some examples of bad behavior are telling stories that don't make sense and acting out when they are questioned about the truth at work. When people lie at work, it can have very bad effects. Not only does it make the workplace toxic, but it also hurts trust between co-workers, which can lower morale and productivity. Those who lie Stoic philosophy suggest that we should be calm and sensible. It tells us not to let our feelings cloud our judgment and answer to their lies. Stoicism tells us to stay independent and not let other people's lies affect our mood or choices. Anna, a committed accountant, starts to notice mistakes in her co-worker Tom's reports. This is a great example of how to deal with a liar at work. Tom makes himself look like a good candidate for a new management job by bragging about things he hasn't done in his project reports. In every meeting, Tom adds more information to his list of accomplishments to show that he is an excellent worker. Anna was shocked and disappointed, but she didn't let her feelings get the best of her. She started taking notes and gathering proof of the mistakes in Tom's reports and the wrong project descriptions she knew about. Once she had enough proof, Anna set up a private meeting with her manager and told her everything objectively, not showing that she was upset or angry. After reading the information Anna gave, the manager decided to thoroughly investigate all project reports and reevaluate the employee performance review process. Thanks to Anna's smart and wise approach in the journey against the web of lies, not only Tom, but the whole company learned how important it is to be honest and open. We have seen the power of Stoic thought and learned how to deal with mean people in a wise way, even when facing difficult problems. Let's remember that we can always stand strong and get past any problems. As Marcus Aurelius said, the point of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to avoid finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Let courage and wisdom lead us to success and peace, and let's work together to make the world a better place where respect and honesty are highly valued. Number 5, mastery of manipulation. In the complicated world of people, the art of dominance often lurks in the shadows, ignoring beauty and charm on the outside. But Stoic philosophy says that the soul should always be ready to face harsh truths. Evil comes in many forms, and lies can be told to anyone. If someone wants to control others, they will come up with complicated plans and lie all the time. People who want to dominate others often try to control them, like puppeteers control dolls to their will. To avoid deception, one must develop their intuition and sharpen their mind. There are subtle signs to pay attention to, like gentle whispers of concern deep within the soul. Those who lie may use flattery to win over their targets or hide their true intentions behind a facade of fake EMP. A psychological game of exploitation and betrayal, the effects of falling into the trap of deception can upheave life, leaving deep scars once the web of deceit crumbles. Victims may feel ensnared in a tangled web of lies. If someone lies to you, you could lose your independence and sense of self-worth. This can break trust and ruin relationships. Stoic philosophy can help you stay strong against the tricks and traps of deception. By focusing on self-awareness and meditating, you can strengthen your spirit against the allure of deception. Stoic philosophers say that we should look for virtue and courage within ourselves, because it is only in the crucible of hardship that we are tried for true patience on the journey of facing deception. Stop and think about the weak spots and deepest fears that con artists try to take advantage of. How can we become more discerning and patient in the face of deceit? In a world full of it, ethics can help you find self-control and a deeper understanding. By following the teachings of Stoic philosophy, you can bravely and logically navigate through the rough waves of deception. Remember what the ancient Greek philosopher Epictetus said: "It's not events that bother people, it's their judgments about them. Choose wisely and develop the virtues that lead to true freedom and inner peace." Life is full of surprises and people who don't bring us good. But in Stoic philosophy, spotting the signs of a bad person is an important part of self-defense and learning about yourself. Next, we'll open a door to the soul and invite you to go deep into yourself to find out the truth about evil. From the Stoic philosopher's point of view, we don't just look for signs of evil, we also look deeper into our own nature. Let us be guided by questions like, who are we really, and what is human nature? During this talk, we will not only look at the outer signs of evil, but also go deep into our souls to learn more about ourselves and build a more real and meaningful life. Number 6. An unexpected revealing sign. Discovering your true nature. An unexpected revealing sign. In our daily lives, we walk through a world where people from different cultures and locations share common spaces. On this journey, we meet a wide range of people, from those who are kind and trustworthy to those who can ruin our lives. Because of this, it is very important to spot and stay away from people who are out to hurt you. Stoicism is one of the oldest philosophical systems. It not only helps us understand how to deal with life, but it also gives us the tools to spot evil and use those tools in our daily lives. By learning more about this philosophy, we can find out more about ourselves through 5 signs of a bad person. Fraud in talking to people. Evil people often try to be too nice and loving, and they use sweetness in their speech to hide what they really are like. Stoicism tells us to be honest and sincere. When you talk to someone, look at their actions and see if they match what they say. Tendency to blame other people. One thing that makes bad people stand out is that they rarely take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they tend to blame others or situations. To be patient, we should control what we can, accept what we can't, and always be responsible for what we do. Not caring. Not being able to relate to others shows that the person is bad because they don't care about their feelings or wants and only look out for themselves. Stoicism shows us how important it is to have strong community ties and empathy, as these are the building blocks of all healthy relationships. Abuse of power. Bad people often want to control and dominate others. They may use their position or power to hurt or control others. Stoicism encourages the wise use of power for the general good. People who love and admire themselves too much can become selfish and not care about other people's feelings or interests. They often put their own needs ahead of others and won't hesitate to hurt others to get what they want. Stoicism teaches us to be humble and put the needs of others ahead of our own. Not only does noticing and understanding these signs help us stay safe from bad people, but it also helps us build healthy, long-lasting relationships. Stoicism stresses self-control, acceptance, and most importantly, living a moral life. By applying these lessons to our daily lives, we not only avoid bad people, but we also move toward a happier and more meaningful life. Life is full of challenges, and Stoicism has taught us that one important skill is to recognize and stay away from bad people. Hopefully this video has helped you avoid bad people and made your life stronger. Remember, it's not enough to just recognize them. You have to do something about it. Have you ever seen these signs? What have you done to protect yourself? If you liked this video and thought it was useful, please don't forget to like and share it to get the word out. To keep getting useful videos like this, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to make sure you don't miss any new ones. Thanks for joining us and sharing your thoughts on Stoic philosophy. Remember that real power in a world full of problems comes from being able to control our reactions and choose the right road. Watch the next videos to learn more. Shown at the end of today's video, and follow Stoic principles to find strength and peace in your soul. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.